Today I'm going to take you through my minimalist style lower body workout. So it's just 3 exercises, hopefully getting me done in about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes at the absolute most. I'm going to take you guys through each exercise and tell you a little bit about why I'm doing them and how you can customize things to your own context and create your own minimalist style workout. So I did a few plyometric drills to get myself warmed up for 2 reasons. First of all, they're a very simple way to get your heart rate up and get your whole body warm. And second of all, part of my long-term goals right now is to improve my running skills, and doing some low-level plyometric drills like this is a great way to warm my ankles and to build some capacity through those lower body tissues. So first exercise is the Romanian deadlift. I like to start with these on a lower body day because it helps to warm up my hips before squats, and I find by doing this I can take a lot less warm-up sets when I get to squats afterwards because my glutes, my hamstrings, my entire hip region is feeling so much better and warmer. First big time-saving tip I have for you guys is do what I do here, which is focusing on just on doing 1 or 2 sets, and that's it. One thing that I've done a lot in other programs in the past is maybe 3 or 4 or even 5 sets as a way to really increase the overall volume and intensity of a workout, which is completely fine, and there are a lot of benefits to doing that. But when you're trying to save time, you really want to try to find what is the least effective dose that you can use to get the most out of the least amount of work. It doesn't mean you're going to go easy on yourself. It means you still have to push as hard as you can, but make sure those first 2 sets really count. Because the reality is, if we're looking at this from a strength or a muscle building perspective, say we're doing 4 sets. Those first 2 sets probably contributed the most to the overall training response, whereas the last 2 sets contributed the least. So yes, I am going to get less overall benefit by doing less sets, but it's probably not that big a deal overall. Plus the benefit of doing less sets isn't just about saving time, but it also means I'm saving recovery demand for my other things I'm doing outside of the gym, like all the extra running I've taken on. So the next exercise I'm doing is squats, which is something I might not recommend if you're trying to save time as much as possible, depending on where you're at. If you're quite strong on squats and you're using, say, double body weight or more, you'll probably find you need to use several warm-up sets, which take up a lot more time. Whereas if you did something like a leg press or a machine-based squat instead, you'll probably be able to halve the amount of warm-up sets you need to do and get straight to your working sets faster. But I'm personally doing this because part of my goals are to improve my barbell back squat just for funsies, and also because 9 times out of 10, I'm doing this workout at home in my garage gym and not in my actual gym. So it's much more efficient for me to be using more barbell minimal based equipment than relying on a whole gym setup. So this year, not only am I looking at improving my squat, bench, and deadlift numbers, I also want to get to a point where I can run 5 kilometers completely unbroken with ease. I want to improve my flexibility for my front splits and my side splits, and I want to work on my handstands, which are some pretty audacious long-term goals. But if you want to see how I split my entire week towards to reach those goals over the entire year, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll give you guys a full week breakdown on my current weekly split. Okay, last lower body exercise, and to be perfectly honest, I could have skipped back squats altogether and just gone ham on this and would have made this workout a whole lot more efficient and just as effective. If we're looking at this from a stress on the lower body perspective, you can get just as much, if not more stress through your lower body by using the leg press as opposed to back squats. So it's much easier for you to push hard to your limit and also get there much faster doing single leg versus double leg, and because it's a stable machine, you won't spend as much time warming up into it. Now, you do lose out on any loading going through the lower back and any axial loading through the spine, which is a very important thing for overall strength development, but we also get that from the Romanian deadlifts, which kind of cancels out the need to do it as well on barbell back squats. Now, this is looking at it from the perspective of trying to be as time efficient and effective as possible, where you'd be looking at maybe removing the back squats and just doing this instead. But of course, you can do both, or you can just do the back squats and skip this as well. But taken in its entirety, this whole workout is taking me about 25 minutes to reach this point here, where I've just got 1 more set left to push myself to finish off my legs. But then I'm also going to do some pull-ups to finish up with because I can't fit them in on my other training days. So pull-ups make absolute no sense on a leg day, but one thing you need to remember is that when it comes to training, you can do whatever you want. There are absolutely no rules that you must follow. Do whatever works well for you and your schedule and for your preferences. So for me, that means doing pull-ups on a leg day. The reason why I do this is, one thing, it feels really nice to stretch everything out at the end of a lower body day where a lot of stuff has been really compressing me down and making me feel short. But the other, probably more important reasons are it gives me an extra day to stimulate my back muscles on a separate day as opposed to the other upper body day I'll be doing later in the week. And that day is already jam-packed with exercises, so it's hard for me to fit in any extra back work on that day anyway. So by doing it today, I can just focus all my attention and efforts on this one exercise and get a couple of high quality sets in, and that's it. All right, and that is the entire lower body workout plus pull-ups done in about 30 minutes or so, which is pretty cool. Hope you guys found it interesting and useful and helpful. If you have any other questions at all, drop them down in the comment section below. And if you want to check out another video, there's one for you right here. One thing a lot of people don't realize is that the best way you can support YouTube creators like myself to help create more content is to just watch another video straight after this one. Because you stuck around this long, you clearly care even just a little bit about the stuff I'm creating here. So please watch that video and I'll see you in the next one.